of the day. It is Thursday, April 20th, 2023, and today's tip comes from Moe Levine on Advocacy 2 by Moe Levine. If you start with the concept that juries must somehow relate to your client, then you begin to understand the problem of having the jury relate to a neurotic client. It would be well for you to advise them that they might have found it easier to accept this client of yours as an equal before this accident happened, that they are now looking at a person who has been altered and changed by the circumstances of the occurrence. Yeah, great advice from Moe Levine. If you haven't read his books, read them. A lot of what we read in modern trial advocacy, including the book I wrote, you can find in Moe Levine, and I'm sure you can find before him, going back to Aristotle, and still for the modern era, Moe Levine is really a great place to start. And I personally very thankful to Trial Guides that they have put back into print Moe Levine's work. So let's look at what he's saying here. It makes a lot of sense. You want the jury to relate to your client, of course. You want them to understand what your client's gone through, to understand as much as possible. And how do you do that if your client is neurotic? We might even use different words. We might just be so blunt as to say, when I met my client, I thought he was kind of a jerk. He's rude and difficult person. You have to be careful. You might want to tell your client you're going to say that ahead of time. And what Moe's getting at is to think about, in advance of trial, to talk to lay witnesses, to people in their family, to the people closest to your client, and talk about what were they like before, especially in brain damage cases. What were they like before? And if there's a marked difference, you're not going to often get, they were the nicest guy in the world and now they're just complete jerks. You might get that in brain damage case. And even if it's more subtle, Joe was always kind of a guy who didn't really stand out, an everyday person, and now he really just gets on your nerves. It's pretty rude. All right, now you can talk with the jury and say, this isn't what he was like before. I find him annoying too. He knows that. That's what the wrongdoer did to him. That's what they took from him, was his ability to get along in the world. So at least explore that. Now, sometimes we represent people who were jerks before and they're jerks now. And it's a very caustic way to say it. We all have good and bad parts of our personality. And some people are just more difficult than others. Maybe your client's one of those grumpy person or just a difficult person. Okay. First of all, look, like Moe Levine's saying, were they like that before the crash, the procedure, whatever happened to them, and strategize from there. Let's take a deep breath together and be grateful to be alive this Thursday. May the work that we do today help reduce suffering in the world. May we repair the world in the work we do today. May we fiercely and compassionately advocate for our clients and champion their stories. I'm going to ring a bell 3 times now. This can take you into a meditation practice, a prayer practice, or just remind you it's Thursday. Wake up, go out, do good things, and have fun while you're doing it. Have a great day.